Hello, everyone. Yes, so I'm here with Lalo Dagach, my little Chilean friend. Hello, Lalo.
Hello, guys.
Hello. It's like we've just dropped in. We've just this minute started talking.
Yeah, yeah,
If that,
that's
if that
that's
illusion,
what that it feels like for them.
yeah, it's just the illusion of TV. Not like we've been chatting the last 25 minutes. Just
You
keeping it
guys
a bit
missed a
real.
lot. Sorry, private stuff. You guys are not involved. I know everyone wants to be involved in everything, but no, no, you guys are not involved in everything. Sorry.
Yes, so hello, everyone. The show, I'm losing it already. Fuck. Yes, so we're here with Lalo. I had no idea why. I haven't talked to Lalo in I don't know, maybe since before Christmas.
Yeah, and I told Anthony, like, I miss our hangouts. I like our hangouts.
Yeah, but you don't like busy ones.
Yeah,
You
I've been
like busy
busy.
hangouts. He doesn't like busy hangouts. He doesn't like hangouts with more than
Oh, you
six.
mean like I don't like crowded hangouts?
Yes, yes.
I don't. I don't.
Lalo likes to have his voice heard. You must
Well, I
listen
like I
to
like everybody to have
Lalo.
their voice heard because I like my voice to be heard too. But the crowded hangouts, it's like everyone's talking over each other, and it's just,
It's not usually like that though when I do a hangout. I mean, you might have like seven people in it, but they're not all shouting over each. Not normally.
well, the last one with Boris and Josh. Boris is Josh, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up, Josh! Josh, shut the fuck up!
I did listen to that back. I didn't realize a French man could have such a high voice.
Oh, it was good. That was good.
Yes, Boris definitely invested in that one.
Yeah, he got emotional.
He did.
He got mad at Josh.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. If you're not gonna have a laugh about it, what's the point?
yeah.
So, yeah. So, what we're gonna talk about? Let's talk about Cologne.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because
I
maybe,
got I got a lot of I sent out. I mean, I had read about the story before, but I saw Dave Rubin. He tweeted something about it, and then I think he tagged me in it, and then I threw out a few more tweets, and they got very popular because what happened itself was already horrible, but the fact that people are kind of being apologist about it and not siding with the women who were being attacked is, and feminists, like, people found, what is her name, Lori Penny or something like that,
yeah,
who was like a hardcore social justice warrior feminist,
yeah,
and she's like, this is just, you're blaming, Muslims is just, hiding your race. It's like, oh my God, I thought these people were just like hardcore, never blame the victim, always take the side of the victim kind of people, and you drop the Muslim in there and they start backtracking on the women immediately. It's just amazing.
yeah. I thought because I would be talking to you today, Lalo, that I would make some notes on what I was going to talk to you about. I didn't get any. I didn't get a chance to write any notes, but I did write four things down. The first one was Cologne. The second thing was Laura Penny, or Laurie Penny, whatever
Lori
she's
Penny.
called.
Lori Penny. Yeah.
Laurie Penny. And yeah, I saw the tweet that you retweeted out. That I can't remember, what the fuck did it say now? It was
Let me read it out exactly. So it said, and she had added some tweets before this where she had been writing, but she said, so bored of racists who only pretend to care about women's rights when they see an opportunity to bash Muslims.
and that
So,
is
so basically, she's saying that she's bored of people who are racist, who are just pretending to care about women because it's an opportunity to bash Muslims. So if I am tweeting something, and other people are tweeting something online about how horrible this is, that a mass amount of women got sexually abused. A lot of these might depend on case to case, but some of them I think were just mugged, some of them were sexually attacked, and we're just like, this is outrageous, this is horrible. You're just a racist against Muslims. Really?
it's in,
Wow, that came from a feminist.
yeah.
Jesus.
And I don't know if anybody got a chance to watch Paul Joseph Watson's video.
I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty. I mean, it's absolutely correct and straight to the point.
Yeah.
These third wave intersectional feminists are immediately jumping on. Well, basically, they're just ignoring it. They're not saying anything about it. They're talking about the irrelevant things that are going on in the West with regards to feminism. So it doesn't affect them whatsoever. But they're not even concerning themselves with what happened in Cologne.
It's amazing.
Scores of women getting sexually assaulted to varying degrees.
And not only that, but like the mayor, female, would say that women have to change their conduct.
And keep Arabs at arm's length.
It's amazing. I mean,
definitely do that. Yeah,
I mean, it is literally. I mean, what is amazing is that this is the actual situation that feminists have been complaining about for the last few years that didn't really exist in their reality, but this is actually what they have been talking about. A systematic, because this was guys who had planned to go out and sexually abuse women by the dozens.
A rape culture has been imported into the West.
Right, but here's was actually systematic, organized action of abusing women, and literally the mayor of the city literally did victim blaming. It had all the elements that feminists are usually talking about, right? That they try to look for a needle in a haystack that is barely there often. Here's a case where black and white, it actually happens, and you think that the feminists would be all over this, all over it, but because they were white European women who had been sexually abused by brown, North African, and Arab men, they totally turned their backs on these women. That is amazing. And that is, by definition, what people mean by regressive. When we talk about regressive, that is it. That is regressive, is when you hold a double standard, when it's like, well, yeah, I hold these principles, but if it's for a brown man, okay, you want to go touch a few women without their consent, Come
on, man, that's not the way we do it around here. Can you stop doing it, please?
Yeah, amazing.
But that guy over there just inserted his finger into my wife's vagina.
I mean, every feminist site, every feminist Twitter should be raging in outrage, raging, and they're defending it. Absolutely amazing. Amazing.
What I found difficult with this particular story is to try and find a legitimate sort of consistent approach to the story. I mean, if you look at the photographs, it's pretty obvious there's a lot of Muslim men there. That's easily. I mean, to me, it looks like Bradford.
Well, I mean, the first article I'd read was a New York Times article that had said that the police were hesitant because it's a sexual assault. They don't announce it immediately for protective reasons of the victims. So this happened. I think on New Year's, right? Or something like that. But it didn't happen. But it was reported a few days later, and in the article I read by the New York Times, it said the women had said that in majority the men who had attacked them, they didn't say Muslim, they said they were of either North African or Arab descent, and we know that means majority Muslim, but they weren't identified as Muslim, they were identified ethnically, right? Yes. So, and that's a simple fact. It's like okay, like North African and Arab men sexually assaulted in majority these women. Black and white case, but people are just no, Islamophobia is here. Is like
if you do a Google search or on YouTube, for instance, right, and you search for Cologne New Year's Eve 2014 or Cologne New Year's Eve 2013 or whenever, or just Google Cologne New Year's Eve fireworks. I mean, most of the hits you're going to get now are from you're going to get the hits from what's just happened now. But prior to that, look at what happened last year or the year before. Peaceful as anything. Just fireworks going off, everybody having a good time, kids are there, dads with kids and mums with kids and blah, 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 blah. No, this year, shit's going off. There's people setting fireworks off and setting fireworks into groups of people that, just people that don't care about civil society, is what's happening there. That's what I see.
People have been talking a lot about the increase in a lot of Northern European societies, Scandinavian societies, about the increase in rape and sexual abuse because of the immigration. The numbers, a lot of people have argued, it's like, oh, these numbers are way overblown, et cetera, et cetera. They might be, but this case of like where it's just an organized, I think it was over 1,000 men.
Yeah, I find it difficult to and
it might not have been as many because maybe
no. Yeah, that could be overblown. Let's say it's half.
It could be overblown for the following reason, because it might have been the same men abusing different women, and they counted all these men as different. Do you know what I mean?
I think they're going by the 1,000 number as far as eyewitness testimony.
Yeah, but I'm saying
like 1,000 men, and I don't know.
Okay, let's just say it was a lot.
It was a lot.
There's a range of error, obviously there. It's not of terrible, but it's a lot of guys.
Yeah, and I think
a lot of guys, and that is extremely distressing. I think
the easy thing you can deduce from that is that there's a lot of young Muslim men running around causing chaos.
But the thing that's
what looks like young Arab men.
But again, that's different from what we were talking about before when it was like the rape culture in Scandinavian societies. This is like they actually like got together and organized this.
Yeah, I find that difficult to believe.
That's well, they had to have. It's not like they all thought of it on the same night, separately.
Well, it was a celebration going on, I guess. That was.
I really think it had to have
well
been
advertised.
at the same place. It's in one place, and I don't know. I would find it very difficult to believe it wasn't like some kind of organized kind of thing they did.
I guess like turn up at this place at this time.
It was disturbing nonetheless.
Oh yeah,
that's total. It's speculation, but it's.
Yeah, like the numbers, the nationalities of everybody involved, whatever. It was a scary fucking thing, and there's a lot of people.
And to say that women need to change their conduct. Oh my God.
Fuck off.
Jesus.
No way. No. That's not the way to do it. No, they have to change.
In that sense, we do agree with like the feminists and social justice warriors who say like, no, you can't be telling women how to change their ways, and I totally agree with them in that. I just wish they were consistent and they applied that philosophy and they said it now, which they're not. But I would agree. I agree with them that applies in all cases. Like yes, like it's not about telling women to change their attitudes or their way of dressing or their conduct in public.
Yeah, but that's the ironic thing, though, isn't it? Because you've got the third wave intersectional feminists talking about this thing that they perceive to be happening in the West and it isn't, and yet it will be happening eventually, and I don't even think they'll even recognize it when it does, because they're so regressive in the thinking. Because they will defend what's going on in Cologne, for instance. They will be the first to like Laurie Penny is saying that. Let's not jump on the bandwagon and saying that these are definitely Muslims or they're definitely, whatever. Just like the BBC said the same thing. They don't want to jump to the conclusion that these are necessarily.
Well, the testimonials say that. Okay, let's wait until they do. Not even that. I actually regret saying that. No, don't wait until you know the ethnicity of the people. They should be absolutely outraged about it. No, but even if you don't know for now, like, okay, you don't want to say they're Muslim because you're not sure, fine, but you should be outraged, but there's not outrage. They don't even get that far because already they're kind of worried about, these, because do you think like they would be waiting for confirmation on the ethnicity if the initial reports of the ethnicity had been white? No way would they be waiting.
It would never be that organized. It would be too lazy. It would never happen.
But if it had been, they would not be waiting. And that's the thing. Like I keep hearing like these comparisons constantly. Like the thing in Oregon, everybody was comparing like, oh, had these guys in Oregon been Muslim or black, had they been Muslim or black, these things would have been different. But the truth is that this is what happens when they are Muslim. When it turns out people are Muslim, there is the double standard. There is the apologetics. There is like the excusing.
Well, this is something that we talked about 3 months ago, when the Muslim population becomes a certain percentage of the demographic of the entire nation. Now, I'm not saying that that's happening even in Germany, because it hasn't. But you do get pockets of you know, majority Muslim people living in the same area. And they, birds of a feather flock together, and that's fair enough, and I understand that. And because they're Muslim, they want to live with other Muslim people, and I get that. But what happens is when that majority becomes, I won't say too large, but you've got a lot of young Muslim men there, which by their own definition of their Quran, they're sex starved and they can't have sex and all that kind of shit.
That's not a healthy way for kids to live.
Well, I've seen it in Bradford. I mean, it's the same. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. These things, when I saw what was going on in Cologne and the descriptions of what women had, described what had happened to them. I mean, I don't know. Read the Telegraph and Argus. The Telegraph and Argus. It's a Bradford newspaper. Read it. I posted a news story tonight where it's just a horrible, disgusting story that I don't know. I mean,
what
look at the court record
in Bradford.
Let me just check real quick. It was just something fucking heinous. It's not like somebody getting robbed. It was a man beaten by a mob with baseball bats after confronting them because this guy in Bradford had basically confronted this group of young guys and said, "Can you stop throwing rocks around, please?" And then they just basically attacked him with baseball bats. Now it sounds horrible and all the rest of it, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, those stories have been going on in Bradford for the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Anybody who lives in the north of England will nod their heads at this point.
Did you hear the podcast of Nice Mangoes with Miriam Namazi?
No.
No? So, Nice Mangoes, or Aina on Twitter, she started a podcast, and the first one she had on Miriam Namazi. And she asked Miriam Namazi about immigration.
Mm-hmm.
And Miriam Namazi said first she believes in open borders.
Wow.
To basically people should be let in from Muslim states, and Aina correctly asked her, like, well, how far are you willing to go with, like, when you say open borders, like, do you mean no vetting process at all? It's like, well, she says, I believe people from foreign states who are under oppression and war deserve to be brought abroad. And Aina again said, like, well, do you believe in some kind of vetting process, like if these people have a criminal background or they have connections to terrorism, like should those people be let in? And she said yes. Now, she said yes, to clarify, she said yes, they should be let in, but they should be tried in courts in the country they're coming to. So, for example, if they're coming into Germany, they should be allowed in, but then Germany should try them in courts. Now,
at the taxpayer's expense.
Not just at the taxpayer's expense. I mean, this is a very strange. It's not just. I don't agree with it, but I find it a very bizarre position to take.
This is Mariam Namazi, right?
Yes, Miriam Namazi. Okay. So I mean, I forget what the name of Aina she called this. She calls her podcast, but she's at Nice Mangoes, and she has it on there on her Twitter, I'm sure. But but she said, but to say that you want to let in even people with like terrorist connections and things like that, and she says, well, you could try them in the country they're coming to. So you let in a person with criminal background or terrorist connections into Germany. How exactly are you going to try them? Like, what evidence are you going to provide, considering they're coming from a completely different country, right? What evidence is there going to be? What witnesses is there going to be? How do you even identify them? Even if you could do that, okay, now they're on trial, and let's say you even get to the point where they go to jail. So they go to jail for like what, 5 or 10 years, and then what? They're allowed out of jail and they're allowed to live in Germany. It's very bizarre, the whole stance, but to go that far with immigration, I find very disturbing.
Yeah, I watched the. It was Andy. It was Andy O'Brien.
Andy had an interview with her, and she mentioned open borders, but Andy didn't get her to specify what she meant by that. Aina got her to specify it much more.
I was actually going to talk about the interview that he sent me that she did at Goldsmiths Well, you know when she got interrupted by those guys at the front. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
seen that one.
I saw
Now,
part of it.
yeah, now she was very strong in what she did. However, she still let them continually interrupt and then still engaged with them as if they had a legitimate point to make when they were clearly just trolling her.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hold that like that situation too
But
much against
I
her.
don't know. I don't know, man.
Because the thing is like by letting them troll, they're the ones that looked bad, and they know it, and that's why they actually were demanding that, like to YouTube or something, that she take down the video,
Yeah.
and she said no, which is a very good thing to do. So to a degree, it's like when you take that abuse, at least it's filmed, at least you can put it online, and at least you can show how these kids acted, and it's up there for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I think it's important that
it's the ones that lose are them there. So.
yeah, I mean, nobody's right all the time. So I mean, you can have. I mean, if she does, I don't know. I guess you have to take these things on a spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like for example, on that podcast with Ina with Nice Mangoes, it's a halfway through she starts talking about immigration, and I disagree with her. Everything before that, where she's talking about Islamism and what happened to her at the university, being attacked by the Islamic Society at Goldsmith, everything she says there, I completely agree with, and I think she's totally right. So I mean, yeah, it's not like you don't we can't throw these people out the window
Of
because
course,
we
yeah.
disagree on one subject. Obviously not, but it is a pretty extreme stance she's taking on immigration. I felt, you know.
Yeah, to have open borders is it's not. I mean, it's been tried in Europe for the last
Has it?
15 years. Yeah, there's open borders. I mean, I remember when I was.
Oh, you mean between European countries?
Yeah, but it never used to be like that.
Right, right,
You
yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have that, right?
Between
So like
European
if you
countries, yeah.
like if you lived in England and went on vacation to Spain, you'd have to show your passport. You
But
would
for
have to
example, I
have a
think you said
passport,
like
not just a driver's license or whatever.
I think you were even talking about Devin when you said like because he has a British passport, he could technically live anywhere in Europe, right?
Yes.
Without like having a visa and being assigned
Yeah,
a
that's
job, he
correct.
could just go live somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not really practical.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it does give you. I mean, I mean, my son has, or will, well, yeah, my son does have dual nationality. So he's got a British and an American passport. So he can either live and work and study in America, or he can do the same thing in Europe, anywhere in Europe, England, Spain, Portugal, Germany. If you,
The problem with that is that people are generally going to migrate to where the economy is best, and that's not beneficial for the economy that is doing the best.
well, yeah, but I mean, the whole, I can't also remember. Well, I think it was when the whole European Union thing started. Once the European Union became a thing, then there were no borders eventually, and that was one thing that they wanted to introduce initially. When they proposed the European Union, was that there would be no borders whatsoever between basically France on the left, or Spain or Portugal or whatever you want to call it, from the left to Greece, Slovenia, I guess, to the right. Whoever's in the EU, I don't know if Slovenia's in there, but one of the Eastern European countries is in there. So that's basically as far right as you can go, and obviously all the Scandinavian countries too, or most of them anyway. You could live in any of them. So you could go to Sweden, live there. You could go to Norway, live there, or wherever. Which, I mean, I don't know. It's a nice thing to think. To think, well, I might go and live and work in Spain for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in Europe, that sounds really nice. That you could. Oh, I'm gonna go live here, and then I'm gonna go live in Norway, and then I'm gonna go live in Paris, and then I'm gonna go live in.
Yeah, with no sort of bureaucratic restrictions.
Yeah, that I mean, sounds amazing, but I just don't know how
But as it's worked
practical
out
that is
terribly,
economically. Yeah.
it's worked out well economically, practically from a governmental standpoint. Is not worked whatsoever. I mean,
Yeah,
there has been a there was the recession, but I mean, America's kind of come out of it. But Europe's still stuck in it. Inflation's incredibly low. There's
Well,
nothing moving.
they tried to unify Europe way too much. They unified with the euro, opening the borders up, taking in way too many immigrants, and all these immigrants are in societies that give them huge amounts of socialist benefits and
Welfare.
welfare
Yeah.
benefits, and and it's always like all these things are happening on the back of the taxpayers. For example, for example, like not even an immigrant from like outside of Europe. Let's just say if you go from Greece to France, right?
Hmm.
The problem I see there is that you are receiving people from Greece into France that basically have not like if they're just getting there, they basically have not contributed anything to the country as of yet, right? It's not that they have lived in that country for large periods of time, paid taxes, contributed as far as their profession, nothing. But immediately they might start receiving benefits of the country like healthcare and things like that,
Correct.
right? So you're paying for a person who has not really given back to society. So that's where I see like not these things are not very practical.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, as far as the refugee, immigration, economic migrants, whatever you want to call them, because
Economic migrants.
Well, there's a lot of them there as well.
Right.
That want to get out of the fucking shithole that they're in, and they want to go live somewhere else. Now,
Chile is full of people from Spain now in the last few years.
I'm surprised. Spain is fucked.
Full of people from Spain.
Yeah, well, Spain is fucked. Like economically, Spain is.
Yeah, but
for a few years.
For when I was younger, people would move because I think basically there is a kind of a benefit, like I don't know, not a benefit, but like a how do you say, like a kind of like an agreement, there's like an agreement between the countries that it's easier to get it was easier to get a visa to move to Spain as a Chilean, right? It's like, oh, if you get a visa easier if you want to come live in Spain. So when I was younger, a lot of Chileans would go move to Spain because it's the country in Europe where they can speak Spanish. There's an association between them because Chile is an ex-colony of Spain, right?
Lazy.
Right, but now all the Spanish are coming to Chile en masse because the economy here is really good, and it's terrible in Spain.
Yeah, Spain. Spain was usually all tourists. I mean, I don't know what the percentage of the national income was tourism, but Jesus, that's completely died. I mean, well, not completely died, but it's nowhere near as big as it used to be 10 years ago.
I'm sure it's gonna. The Paris attacks hurt the France's tourists. It hurt them as a tourist attraction.
Well, it wasn't just that. You had Tunisia. I mean, don't forget that. I mean, Tunisia was a massive England destination to go for a vacation. I can't imagine there's many English people want to go to Tunisia for a vacation right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's some. Well, I'm sure it's pretty cheap. If you want to go there.
I'm sure now it's really cheap.
Yeah. Like they'll pay you to go.
Yeah.
Please come and visit us. But it used to be a massive place. I mean, fuck. I dread to think. I don't know. I could be completely wrong about that, but if I was living in England, there's no way I would want to go there.
Yeah,
but sure. I never did anyway. But I mean, now, shit, everybody's like, you're there sunbathing and stuff, and people just come up and shoot you up with an AK-47.
Yep.
It just doesn't sound particularly appealing to me. But anyway, we could change the subject. What else could we talk about? Let's talk about terrorism. No, we just talked about
that. We just talked about terrorism.
Atheism is Unstoppable 4 has been deleted.
It went tits up.
Yes. We'll talk about that for a second, because I think that's something. That issue in itself is something that's actually quite important, I think.
Right.
The fact that...
before we mention that, can I ask, are you going to continue talking to Josh?
Not specifically.
No? Is this covered? Because I gotta say, like, the last two hangouts that you've done, one was with you and Rebecca and him. The last one included Devin, you, and they're kind of getting out of control at this point. It's like, I wonder is this really into, like, you have said when people ask you, like, why do you keep talking to him, you say because it's fun or it's funny. Is it really still fun?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's fun for people watching either. It's not fun for me anymore.
No, it's not. I
I
mean, you
think a
might.
lot of people are kind of like, this is not really
No, of
interesting.
course not. No, 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 no. I'm.
It's getting it. It's because at some point it's like when you're fighting about like two phrases, and yeah, okay, everyone gets it except him, and he just decides not to get it. And this might have been going on for like a half year now or something.
It
At
was
some
since.
point,
It
it's
was
just like
since. It was since August the 1st.
it's ridiculous. But it's
Yeah.
like this is like too much. It's like this has
Oh
to
no,
kind of
it's
stop.
ridiculous. It was
Yeah.
the only reason why I got so sort of involved in it was
It
obviously
got
the
personal.
initial. Yeah, it did get personal, but prior
Yeah.
to that, even I mean, he accused Devon of being raped. We all know the fucking story,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So at this
But the point
point,
is like, where do you stop with that? You know?
well, I'm not going to invest any more time in him. I'm not going to
Yeah.
block him on Twitter or anything. I don't really see the point. I mean, he's not. He has nothing new to bring.
It's such a. I think the last hangout you said it's like something along the lines. It's like it's a shame because he could have been like part of the group.
Not
You know
the
what I mean?
part of the group. He could just be like a normal functioning human being.
But I really think at some point if he had just kind of let it go, kind of saying, well, I see your point, and just kind
Yeah,
of moved
like
on to other subjects. I really think he could have been like, I think he could have been like part even of like the hangouts, and people possibly could have even opened up to him and made some friends. But instead he
yeah,
just
and like yeah, like do you remember that time you said that stupid shit? Type
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Like yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I did that quite a bit. You know what I mean? And it would have just eventually just fizzled out.
Yeah,
He would have
yeah.
either been a good personality or it'd have just been,
Because a lot of people
and
express
nobody
like,
would have given a shit. You know, it's just
but a lot of people have expressed, and I even feel similar. It's like, aside from like that shit, he doesn't seem like that bad a guy.
no.
Do you know what I
I've
mean? It's
said
like
it seems like a
outside
nice
of
fellow.
that,
I don't know.
if he just got rid of that shit, it could like, he could have made a lot of friends. It's really too bad.
Yeah, if he I don't know. I think his initial intention was to make YouTube videos, which is great. I mean, it's
Yeah.
artistic. It's if it expresses you and all. And I think anybody who puts videos out on YouTube, that anybody, even if they're fucking dumb, I mean, you've got to give kudos to the person that's done it because you've
And he's an atheist making videos about Islam, which isn't a lot of
right, which
people.
is they're
Yeah.
not the best. They're not the best videos, but if
Yeah,
he's
but
making them, he might get better. So that's fine. But he's wasting his time with this shit. I mean, some people find it entertaining. Some people do. And there's a new follow I've got on Twitter, and I've followed him back as well, Vivendo, and he did a little like 2-minute video of my chat with Josh, and he just highlighted a couple of things. I don't mind. Fuck, if you want to do that shit, absolutely no problem. I'm not going to be doing anything else on him because there's no point. I mean, he enjoys it and he'll get off on it. And no, there's better things I could talk about. That's just a stupid. I mean, now it's a ridiculous sort of parody of what it should be.
Yeah.
Might
I mean, just like to go on so much over like two phrases is just, it's slightly psychotic.
Well, I've uploaded every video about it. I think. No, I think I've still got another couple I need to put up on my channel that used to be
like I've talked about Cenk Uygur over the span of a year, but that's because Cenk Uygur offers up new material all the time that I can't even keep up with it all.
Yeah, but the
I haven't
wider
even-
point, Lalo. Yeah, but the wider point of, I mean, we're sort of drilling down to Josh there, right? Which is fair enough.
Right.
But the wider point is very important because the wider point was about black crime in the United States. That was the whole,
sure.
Which is a valid point and is something worth talking about. But what you get with him is you went from Devon being a racist to Devon saying racist shit to Devon misrepresenting stats to Devon not knowing a maths question to absolute puerile shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and he didn't get dragged into that. He didn't drag himself down to it either.
Yeah.
He had fun with it, which is fine. But to me now, like the fun's ended, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I mean, you and Devin can. Well, I'm not gonna criticize what you guys do, but I like when I watch those hangouts on, like now the last two I've seen, I don't really like them. I gotta say, it's like personally, like I think a lot, and people I've talked to have expressed the same things. Like, really, this is like Josh again talking about this. It's
Yeah,
like,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely. I mean, I'll reveal something here. Devon was not direct messaging, but publicly tweeting with that Paul's ego guy, right? I don't know if you know
Yeah.
Paul's ego.
No.
Okay, well, he's a fan of, well, he's a friend of T.J. Kirk, the Amazing Atheist, and he's
Okay.
been on the Drunken Peasants quite a bit. And I've seen Devon tweeting back and forth with him in a good-natured sort of manner, sort of bantering back and forth, right? So I direct messaged Devon to say, would you be interested in getting Paul's ego on a future hangout? He's like, no, I'm done with talking to random people or arguing with random people.
But wait, this guy was wanted to talk with Devin for what reason?
No. It was my suggestion. Nobody had asked.
But oh, well, it's your suggestion. But was it because they are?
No, I saw the back and forth.
But
Paul's ego, and I just thought, well, maybe we should get this guy on a hangout.
Ah, okay, I see. But it's not. It's basically they were contrary sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Opposing sides in that.
Yeah, it was about gun, the gun thing that's been going on this week, Second Amendment type stuff.
Mm.
So they were sort of having a back and forth about that. I thought it might be interesting, to the wider audience if he talked about it, but Devon's like, fuck that, man. I'm just sick of talking to random people that I don't know, or arguing with random people that I don't know about random shit. I mean, the gun thing, it's never going to be resolved. Really, it's not. I mean, it's like I'm lying down and just accepting it, but
yeah, I think there's certain subjects that I don't think, to some degree, I don't know how productive it is to argue about it, because the people who are pro-gun are so
argue about it, but I mean, even talk about it. I mean,
you could talk about it. It's true, you could talk about it, but the thing is, it's such an ideological. It's almost like a religion, It's like I don't know. I wouldn't really argue to.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is. I wouldn't say it's a religion in America.
No. But I'm saying
it's a very ingrained thing.
It's an ingrained thing. It's
like fifth generation or fourth or fifth generation Americans that have grown up around this stuff, and it's you're not going to be able to pry the guns away from the cold dead hands. It's not. That's never going to be. But people can still say, I don't think civilians should own guns, and that would be my point as well. But that doesn't mean that I'm against people who own guns right now, because that's just the way fucking things are. I'm not going to think because you own a 45 or a 38 or a whatever, or a rifle, or you like to hunt deer or whatever. Fuck, I don't really care, to be honest with you. This is just the way things are in America right now, and I'm not. There's different things to be going against.
Yeah.
It is an important issue because of gun crime and all the rest of it in America. I know all the fucking shit that goes on in this country.
Alien. No, sorry, really, like I just eyed the chat real quick, and somebody, Alien Raccoon, said Lalo's real name is Tom Gibbet. Gibbet? I don't know where that came from. That's not. Who's Tom Gibbet? I don't know.
I know it is.
Oh, is that a person?
Yeah. That's fine.
Is that Tom who you guys were arguing with?
Yes.
Is it Uzuzula or something?
Uzuzu.
Uzuzu? Oh, that guy is so annoying. Oh my god. I was listening to you guys argue with him. Jesus Christ, that guy is the worst. Oh.
You are a bloody liar. You're a bloody liar.
That guy is the epitome of somebody who is extremely unintelligent, who thinks they are extremely intelligent. It's like he's like a perfect parody of what intelligence is.
Rebecca,
like, what? Are you on this side or that side? Define sides philosophically. What do you mean by side? Are you using the dictionary, the simple dictionary definition of side? Because if you ask me to take a side, that would be a thought crime. It's very Orwellian. What the hell are you talking about? This is not how academics talk. Where the fuck was this person educated?
Who talks like that? Who talks like that? Imagine if you met him in a pub and he started
my god,
like fuck off.
Imagine if this prick was your student in a class or something. I throw him out. Get the fuck out of here.
Take another class quickly.
Yeah. You know, oh, in international politics, teacher, define philosophically politics and international. So are you using, the dictionary definition of politics? It would depend on, your cultural relevance and get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Oh, with that relativistic bullshit. Oh my god, what an annoying little guy.
Rebecca, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, just checking, honey. You're making a
No,
lot
I'm
of
still
noise.
here.
Making a lot of
Yeah, I am.
And he said multiple times that he doesn't care if people pay attention to what he does or what he writes. Oh, what bullshit. Oh, he cares so much.
He
He cares so much.
he blocked me on Twitter, so I just blocked him back.
I'm sure.
Why would I want to?
Oh my god.
But his friends are even worse. I mean,
Jesus.
or the people that I don't know. I mean, we're talking about such tiny, tiny little portions of humanity here, but they are the regressive left. There's no doubt about it.
Could you imagine if Sam Harris spoke that way? If Sam Harris was just stopping people every 2 seconds
Can you just define what right means, please?
Yeah, well, in Islam, well, defined Islam, it's like, well, when God, define God is, oh my God.
Did you hear what
Sam
he
Harris
said
was doing
about
that,
Corbyn?
nobody would like him.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a Chilean, Lalo, as we all know. But
Yeah.
you know who Jeremy Corbyn is in England?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
Who's in support of Hamas and Hezbollah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot about Jeremy Corbyn, but he's in the news.
Other than he's an absolute twat.
Right.
Right, this guy didn't even know who... Well, he liked Jeremy Corbyn. He liked some of his ideals. But he didn't know that. And he didn't know who Douglas Murray was.
But and this
No
is
idea. No idea who Douglas Murray was.
He is British. This like Tom, right?
Yes, he is. And Douglas Murray is,
Yeah, I know Douglas Murray is British. I know he's a gay Brit.
Well, irrelevant. He is British.
Yeah.
His sexuality is irrelevant.
He doesn't come off as gay at all.
No, man, he's hard as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Douglas Murray. He is a really reasonable person on the right.
Have you heard Voltaire's Ghost? A YouTube channel, Voltaire's Ghost.
I think I have.
Oh, dude, you got to watch. Somebody put that in the chat for him. Put his
it's good.
This video. Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely fucking amazing. The guy is like Douglas Murray, a little bit of Stephen Fry, a little bit of very English, very funny, very witty.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people say, and I completely agree with it, is that Douglas Murray, even if what he's saying you don't agree with, you can tell it's so thought out and well expressed.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people love hearing Douglas Murray. Even if I found a point of disagreement with him, it's nice to hear the opposing side so well expressed, right, and well thought out. Even if you're like, well, there might be some problems with that in my mind, but that's a really well thought out side to the argument. It's not Donald Trump expressing the right wing.
No.
Right?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of contrarians. Just people. People just disagreeing because they can just disagree.
Right.
Simply because they can. And I'm not interested in those people. And people used to call Christopher Hitchens a contrarian, and I don't ever think he was. He wasn't. I mean, he was called one at the time.
I think that could be understood in two different ways, because he would call himself occasionally a contrarian, and I think people took it one way, but I think it could be seen in a couple ways. One is the way that people would see it is that you're just taking the opposite position to be controversial. Yeah. I took it to mean a lot of times is a person who's, one, willing to say the opposite of what the popular is despite the backlash. Right? And another also way of being contrarian is to entertain the other side's ideas, which I don't think happens a lot on the left. I don't think they even try to consider what the right wing or conservatives might be thinking. A lot of people saying if it's just right wing, it's bad in principle, right? Yeah. And another thing is I think Christopher Hitchens was a contrarian in the sense that he didn't give a fuck if the right hated him or the left. Like there's a kind of a lecture he gave, but it's actually him receiving an award from the Freedom from Religion Foundation, where he receives an award. And so he's at an event where he's getting an award for atheism, and he's just around atheists, and at the end they open it up to questions, and everybody there starts basically attacking him and asking questions about Iraq and invading the Middle East and et cetera, et cetera. And he just, flattens everybody, but he is not trying to make nice with the public. Do you know what I mean? This is all atheists, it's all left, it's all people who like Christopher Hitchens, but he wasn't, he wasn't worried about receiving an award and his fans there liking him. And to me, in that sense, he was a contrarian. He's not saying what's popular. He's saying what he thinks, no matter if it's contrary to his side. That's the way I like to see it. I might be wrong by definition, but in that sense, I do think he's a contrarian.
The way you describe him, it sounds like a friend of mine.
Is that me? No, it's Devin.
Yeah.
It's Devin, yeah.
You fucking know. You're just describing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devin is not.
Devin
Devin doesn't give a shit. He'll make really nice friends with somebody, but he's not gonna compromise his opinion for making friends or to get more people on his side. No. Which I like about Devin. It's like even if I totally disagree with him on subjects, which we have, we've been in hangouts with the three of us and we've disagreed with Devin, and he'll stick to his opinion. I like, even if I think he's wrong, I like that he doesn't become complacent to his fans.
No.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that before this decade is out, that me, you, and him can get together at some point. That would be fucking awesome.
You mean hook up?
Yeah, me, you, and him.
Oh.
He will. I mean, he'll travel before then. He'll travel next year. He'll travel the year after or whatever. So yeah, we can meet somewhere. I'm thinking LA. LA would be nice. Las Vegas would be even better.
Yeah.
Vegas. Let's hold me up in Vegas in about 3 years.
Vegas, baby.
Fuck yeah. That was an amazing trip.
Did you have fun?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He is such a twat, right? Because, well, you understand English humour. So when I'm talking to Rebecca on the phone, I know she can hear this right now. I'm talking to her on the phone, and he's sat in front of me, and he's creating this like hook thing with his little finger, like he's gonna hook me in the arse or whatever. He's gonna do this face while I'm talking to Rebecca. It's just a twat. He's just really playful. I don't know. And I think he said it on the video the other day. He's the most easygoing, like good-natured guy you could ever imagine to meet, and he is. I don't care anybody fucking says. He just is. And, the minute anybody takes him too seriously, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people
His
take him too seriously. And he even says, like, don't take me too seriously. I'm just a guy on YouTube with a channel.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
People get so upset. They get so upset that they'll shut down his channel.
Okay, so let's talk about that. That's what you want. Like, what happened?
It seems pertinent because it's happened this week.
So what happened there? Did he tell you why he lost his channel?
Well, it was public knowledge. He tweeted it out anyway, but he had 2 community strikes on there. He got the first one for can't quite remember. He got the second one for Steve Shive's pubes. Right. Which, I mean, who didn't get hurt by Steve Shive's pubes on social media? And the third strike was when he made the video. It was the 3-part. Well, he had to split it into 3 parts because he already had a strike on his channel, so he couldn't do a whole video. But it was a second part of his video about that 14-year-old kid that's against Israel, and he doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, just some pointless child. But Devin did a video about him, and the second part got him a strike, and then his entire channel was deleted because it was his third community strike channel, third community strike on his 4th channel. So that's what happened there. Just bullshit, dude. Just, I mean,
But
it's just
I feel
YouTube
like
terms of service stuff.
he knew it was coming because I remember there was some video there where he said, "I might lose this channel, so please subscribe to Atheism is Unstoppable 1."
Yeah, well, he's not stupid because he knew that the on his original channel, which he's back on now, with 30,000 subscribers. I mean, he had 20,000, I think, on 4, and next to 6,000 and shit on the second and third channel. But so he moved to 4, and ever since the whole thing with Jacqueline Glenn and the Drunken Peasants and the Amazing Atheist and Creationist Cat has just earned him tons of hate. So people flagged the shit out of him en masse for bullying, or I don't know what the fuck they do, but they just flag him and his videos get taken down and he gets a strike and he has to start all over again. It's wank because there's nothing that he's ever said that's not true. It's not like, I don't know, people get so upset because he bans them from, commenting on his videos, and that's it. And he bans them from Twitter. I mean, who gives a fuck?
It's so funny that I've seen so many people, like there have been hangouts about this, there have been like long arguments with Devin about this, that he bans people.
Yeah.
It's such, like, I listen to him, like, I think what happens a lot is that the people who argue with him about that don't know what it's like to have a lot of followers. I think that's the problem. Like, I don't have a lot of followers on YouTube, but I think I have more followers than any of these people he's talked to on Twitter. And when you have a lot of followers, it's just not practical to not block people.
Well, that, yes.
Because some people will just troll you nonstop, and you just have to get rid of them at some point. You just don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some disgusting comments left on my channel, so they just get banned and I'll never see them again, which is fine.
Right, and people complain about this, like, oh, you're banning people.
No, if they want to talk between themselves,
right, yeah,
and they want to argue a point between themselves, and I have absolutely no problem. And if you look, you can't look now because his channel was deleted. But if that last video, it was a video that Devin called "How I Read Through Comments." Like, he doesn't read them; he just wants to make sure that you're not calling him a cunt, or
I mean, look, even on Twitter,
or you can argue the point. You can argue the point, but don't call him an idiot. Don't call him a cunt. Don't call him this, that, and the other.
Well, I mean,
I think you're wrong because da 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 da, and I respectfully say, well, not to say the word respectfully, but just I think this because that and this, that, and the other. You're not going to get banned. You might say that you're wrong, but people get so fucking upset. I don't get it. I've not been on YouTube long enough to understand why people would get so upset.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, neither.
But I'm more surprised by the people, not who are getting banned, but the people who are upset that he's banning. You know what I mean? Like that argument you were with Joe and Coctopus is his name, and he had not blocked that guy, but he was very upset that Devin blocked people.
Yes.
And that conversation went on for like more than an hour or something. He's like, "Why are you blocking people?" It's like,
dude, that conversation.
I'm surprised by like those kind of reactions. Like,
I will tell you something right now,
yeah.
my good friend. This conversation is still going on. We just can't see it right now, but this conversation is still going on.
What do you mean?
Oh, people are still upset about this thing. These people that you just mentioned are still upset about this thing. Well, some of them are, yes.
About him blocking people?
Yes. I don't get it. I know.
Who cares?
Like, in a way, I wish that if you banned somebody, if you hid the user's comments from your channel, that they then can't actually watch your video. I would love that. They can't watch your content as well.
But here's like, when you block, like, I mean, even on, like, let's say Twitter, when he blocks people on Twitter, if you block somebody on Twitter, they technically can still see your tweets. They just have to sign out.
No,
right?
No.
What?
No. If Devin blocks them, let's say Devin blocks somebody and then that person then tweeted something to me and I retweeted it, Devin could still see it. Or somebody who...
Right. Yeah, no. But here's the thing. Like, for example, if I block somebody on Twitter, They can still like there's still ways they can see my tweets if they want.
Yes.
They can even reply to those tweets if they want. You can even if you're blocked for somebody, you can reply to their tweets.
Yes.
Right? So
Yeah,
they can
tweet them
see the
behind a
tweets.
block.
Yeah, you can't if you go under your account, you won't be able to see the tweets. But if if they mention you, they you can see the tweets. You can change you can sign out and see the Twitter account as long as you're not signed out, and you can sign back in under the tweet. And there are ways you can still see the tweets, interact with the Twitter account.
Bothered.
But just that person doesn't have to deal with your fucking notifications. You and their right? And there are people who like so psychotic on my Twitter. I just, I'm going through my notifications. I want to see people ask me good questions and people, interact with me a lot. And I don't want to see, like, in one day, like, I'll see, like, 50 tweets from some douchebag who's an egg, like, who has 2 followers.
Fuck off, egg!
And he's just saying, fuck you, Lalo. It's like, oh, blocked. Bye. Go to get the, It's like, he still can reply to my tweets and call me a cunt. I just don't have to look at it.
Or he could just open another account and tweet at you again.
Yeah, so it's
which
fine.
will happen. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I get accounts specifically open just to troll me.
Oh yeah, me too, all the time now.
Well, I don't get them very much, but I do get them, and it's just Jesus.
And I know who exactly. And it's so stupid. I know exactly who they are because I'm having the argument with the person at the time, and suddenly there's an account opens that start calling me an asshole. So it's obviously the person I'm talking. Like Jank has done this. Dino Obadala has done this. Like these guys will open an account while they're fighting with me to start calling me names. It's like, dude, I know it's you.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, but Dean Obadala.
Obadala.
Obadala?
Obadala. Yeah, it's Obadiah. It's Obadala.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used to say Obadiah, but it's actually like written Obadala.
Yeah, well, this stupid fucking uncomedic comedian has been obsessing over you this week by the look of it.
Oh, he really hates me. Like, he doesn't like Sam Harris, but you
but he's taking it out on you. It's awesome.
But followers told me, like, some followers DM'd me and like, dude, I really think Dean hates you more than Sam Harris. And it doesn't surprise me because I'm sure it upsets him the fact that I'm Palestinian.
I think you've definitely got to him somehow. I'm not entirely sure what it is.
I think in part it's the fact that I'm Palestinian, and I think in another part is that I tweet so much more intelligently and comedically than he does. And because he's seeing my tweets, like there's no doubt about it. He's blocked me. He's looking at my tweets, and he must be like, fuck this guy.
Sock accounts.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's definitely seeing my tweets because he was tweeting about me nonstop for like 3 days, and the guy has to be seeing my tweets, and like all his tweets are just like, you're stupid, you're whining. It's like 5-year-old.
This guy's a comedian.
Yeah, he's a comedian. It's an amazing thing. Like all his tweets have no wit or intelligence about them. He doesn't even try. He's just like, you're stupid. Stop your whining, you crybaby. It's the most unintelligent interaction I've ever encountered on Twitter, even for shit talking. Like the shit talking that goes on with Dean is impressively low caliber, right? So I'm sure he's looking at my tweets and he's just like, fuck this random nobody. It's really so much more intelligent than me. And that must really piss him off. Really, really piss him off.
Yeah.
And I found like he wrote a tweet about me saying, meet Lalo Dagach, the anti-Palestinian blah blah blah. And it got like, a few retweets. And I checked out the retweets to see who was retweeting that because it was so nasty tweet about me. I noticed that like 4 of the retweets were from accounts that he manages, and they're not sock accounts. They're under his name. Like it says managed by the Dean of Comedy by Dino Obadala. It's like you can see he's retweeting it himself from every account he has.
Imagine that. You have to do that. Imagine that.
And I put it.
But you tweet something out, and then you go, oh shit, I got to log into my other account now. Retweet. Now I got to log into my other one. Retweet. Oh, you sad.
So
fuck.
sad.
Oh my god. Who cares? I mean, fuck.
And honestly, this was like just.
This is a guy that writes for who? He writes for The Intercept, right?
He writes for the Daily Beast, I think.
Daily Beast. Yeah,
but
Majid Nawaz writes for them, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
close with him? I mean, no, I mean, you can't smear the whole
Yeah,
against.
no, no, the
No.
Daily Beast is not that bad, but he has like a radio show that nobody listens to. Obviously, I must get so bad ratings, but
Oh, is there something we can call in on?
I think you can. I think it's a call-in
Oh, we
show.
should do that, dude.
Oh, that
We
yeah,
should
to
do that.
call in.
Record it. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
I would think you actually have to like subscribe to it's on
We
like
can do that.
I think you might have to pay to like subscribe to the radio show or
Yeah,
something.
fuck that. I'm not paying for
Because
anything.
I tried to look for his radio show and it's like you have to pay for the radio. It's like satellite radio or something.
Like
I don't know.
Sirius?
Yeah, Cyrus
Sirius.
XMS. Sirius.
Sirius
I don't know.
XMS. Yeah, I've got Sirius
Yeah.
already.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
You
fuck
control it then.
yeah. Yeah, I've got Sirius.
You can.
I listen to who is it every day? What's his name?
Howard
Jesus,
Stern.
Howard Stern every day.
He's
Yeah.
on satellite TV, satellite radio, right?
Yes. Well, I have it in my car every day. So.
Cool. But I mean, this guy, like, I was literally, I had not really tweeted like during like around the time of New Year's, and I was just bored, and I'm like, okay, who, usual suspects, and suddenly like I grab a tweet of Dean's, and I see it, and I'm like, oh, this is stupid. I comment on it, and he just goes ballistic and just attacks me nonstop for 3 days, and it was just so
It's like
entertaining.
obsessed. You've had that before with somebody though, haven't you? Is it CJ?
Um,
You've had a similar thing with CJ. I'm sure you have. Where you just
Well, at some point, I had that interaction with CJ. Now we calmed down because
Or
we
was it
do
Reza? Where you've sent somebody slightly nuts before. They've gone like a little bit cuckoo, and then they've come back again like to some version of reality. Not the usual version of reality, but.
I've done it. I mean, I've done it with a few people who attacked. Like.
But you had CJ on that time. I remember where I was when you were interviewing CJ. I was like with those.
Yeah, before I talked to
moments where
CJ,
you remember
we
exactly
had
where you
like
were.
bad interactions. But after we talked, we calmed down a lot. So. Oh, I mean, his tweets are so ridiculous. I don't even know how to address them anymore. Like today he was tweeting like pro North Korea tweets.
Yeah.
How can I even comment on those?
Yeah. I think you direct messaged one of them. Maybe you did. I don't know. It just.
Yeah, it's like would I have to point out to this guy? I have to point out to CJ that North Korea is not a good state. Like, is that really? Do I have to do that? It's like.
What are your thoughts on this potential
Better things
nuclear neutron bomb test that they did?
Yeah.
Is it? Do you think that's legit that they actually did a nuclear bomb test?
Well, they have nuclear bombs. So what the question is, did they do a hydrogen bomb test?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, they have nuclear weapons. That's definite. The point is that did that test that went off, was it a nuclear weapon or was it a hydrogen bomb? Because they've done nuclear tests with their nuclear armament. That they definitely have. The question is,
by the way, just for anybody listening, Lalo does know what he's talking about when it comes to nuclear threat.
I know a lot.
Yes, he does know.
This has been my main focus of study for the last few years, and I even lived in Korea and stuff. But yeah, no, it's very hard to be sure if they have a hydrogen bomb. My concern is like, why would they even kind of lie about that if they didn't have one? But again, these are not people you can think about rationally whether they do or not. It'd be very disturbing if they do.
Right.
Yeah. So. I don't know, but but the fact that they're even trying to intimidate and announce these kind of things is always very disturbing, because the thing is like these things can spiral out of control very quickly. Like there can be some kind of military interaction between South Korea or Japan with North Korea, and
it would not necessarily even have to do anything with that. It could be something entirely unconnected that then gets connected through some bizarre chain. I understand how these things can start.
I mean, even the Vietnam War started with the sinking of a ship.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like a political decision. It's like, they start with, a small attack that starts building up into big things, right? So, if they attack, something of Japan's or South Korea, and then they do a strike back, then they do a strike back, then they do a strike back, and it starts accumulating up. Somebody might get nervous and say like, they might do a nuclear first strike on us. Let's do one first, and both sides might be thinking that.
Yeah, like a small yield, and I've heard many different They call them scenarios, but they don't really call them scenarios. They call them games or whatever.
Well, you can call them scenarios. It's nuclear game theory, but you're basically thinking up scenarios in which how the actors are going to react in certain situations. The side against North Korea with nuclear weapons is basically we're talking about the U.S.
Yeah.
Not really, because North
Combined
Korea.
with,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously combined with South Korea.
Well, no, South Korea doesn't have nuclear weapons.
Yeah, but we would obviously.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like you're basically talking about the in conjunction. Like the U.S. has to think basically in terms of what do we do exactly to defend South Korea from the North. Like the thing is, like South Korea is a country that basically is defined by Seoul, right? That's like the main. That's basically the country. So if you lost Seoul, you would lose South Korea. So the United States has to basically measure, do we do a first strike in a certain situation to salvage South Korea? Okay, but if you do that, you're basically destroying an entire country and killing millions of civilians. If you don't do that, you might lose South Korea because you didn't react first. On top of that, even if you react first and you drop bombs on North Korea, you get a fallout of nuclear waste that might blow over into South Korea, China, or Japan. Bad scenario all the same. So it's never the nuclear game theory is always a lose-lose situation, but you still have to think about it.
It's so depressing, Lalo.
It is depressing. It's terrible.
Everybody fucking dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
It's
night.
like in the movie War Games, if you remember, with Matthew.
Yeah, I
Broderick when he
remember
was a
that.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the computer? They make the computer learn from playing a nuclear war game, and at the end, the computer realizes that there is no win situation in a nuclear war.
You may as well
And
play tic-tac-toe.
Right, yeah, tic-tac-toe is
Yeah.
a game that if both sides play correctly you can basically always end in a tie.
Yep.
Or basically lose on both sides, which would be nuclear war. So yeah. I'm done.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. So there we go. We talked about everything now. Are we finished everything now?
Yeah, we don't have to do like a 4-hour hangout or anything.
I'm not planning on a 4-hour hangout.
Yeah. So how have you been in general, my man?
Oh,
I'm
I'm good. I'm good. I've got a few things going on at work and a few things outside of work that are going on. The family's excellent. My son turned 7 on Sunday.
Really?
Yes, he's a very handsome young man, and my daughter is continuing to be completely fucking nuts.
How is she nuts?
Dude, anybody who has a 2-year-old will understand what I'm saying. No, she's just
she's
crazy.
2.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, she's very intelligent, just naturally intelligent, and she's trying to find a lot of things out. And we have a cat as well. We've got a kitten at Christmas, so we've got Louis the cat.
Louis the cat.
Louis the cat, who my daughter thinks, and my son thinks, is the best thing ever. And my dogs think is the best thing ever as well.
Oh, the dogs get along with the cat?
Dude, we have a boxer who's like, she's 5 or 6 years old, and she has a dog bed in the living room, obviously, it's nice and warm and everything. But the cat, who is I think 4 months old, something like that, just a fucking tiny little kitten, has kicked the dog out of the dog bed. I mean, my wife's listening to this. I'm sure she'd back that up, but she might be asleep. I don't know. We were talking about Devon's channel, right?
Yeah.
And I do think this is actually quite big, only because I see a lot of obviously anti him shit going on YouTube and all that kind of thing, and I think it's somewhat crazy that they talk about free speech and censorship and flagging and all this other crap. And Devon makes comments like, flag this video and, you know, all this kind of shit, right?
Hmm.
And there's only one person that's ever going to get their channel removed. It's never going to be Joshua Banco's channel that gets removed. It's never going to be Vindicator's channel that gets removed. Or these other little pissant channels. It will
Yeah.
be Devon's channel that gets taken out because he's the only person's channel that people actually value his point of view. People want to know what he's saying. When he releases a new video, people go and watch it. These people who go, well, I haven't watched his videos in a while, but I think he's still a cunt. Blah, blah. They're still watching his videos. They're still watching him.
Yeah, they're still watching him.
I mean, it's so pathetic. But he's back on his main channel, so subscribe to his main channel. Anybody who's listening, if you subscribe to 4, then subscribe to channel number 1.
Right.
I don't want this guy. I don't know. I'm passionate about. I don't want him fucking silencing. And there's a lot of people out there. It would seem that would want him to be silenced because he's talking about subjects that other people are not talking about. I don't know. It annoys the shit out of me, dude. That's the annoying part of it. These people that want to get him banned and stuff like that. I don't know. We're all friends of his, aren't we? I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know if like those people have enough power to get him banned, really.
Uh,
Some like I mean, obviously like there were some people there who did have the power to like TJ and stuff, but
well, it's not the power to have him banned. I mean, you can flag any video you want. I could upload this hangout to YouTube and then flag it myself if I wanted to.
but would that get the video taken down?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
No, shit, no. The
I
flagging
don't
thing
think.
is just the whole flagging thing on YouTube is just a total disgrace. It's not. It doesn't mean anything. It's anybody can flag anybody for anything they ever want to,
Right.
and it's just I don't know. The whole community standards on YouTube seem fucked up to me.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. It's like there's way too much like you cannot use anybody's content ever. It's always, copyright, no matter how much you use of it.
Yeah,
You know.
I've mirrored maybe 10 or 15 videos of Devon's, and every second video that I upload, I get this sort of warning email saying that some of the music is used might be potentially copyright something or other. It's not copyright theft or anything, but it just says you'd have to do anything. The video will still go up, but you might find that like commercials are inserted into your video. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, even if
whatever.
you're using like small quantities and it's in a mashup or something like that, it's
It's not even
ridiculous.
that. No, here's a community standards. They're
Mm,
always community standards. It's like he'll well, the DMCA strikes he's had before, which is just
yeah.
pointless, pathetic shit. It's just people that want him to not talk about things anymore. Can we just all live in our safe space? That's what it seems like to me. I don't know. I mean, fuck. I don't know. That's just the way I see it. I'm just going
Yeah.
to carry on doing what I'm doing. I'm going to carry on talking to people like you. I was supposed to talk to Omar this morning, but that didn't pan out.
No, he couldn't.
No, I couldn't.
Oh,
I
you
was,
couldn't. Okay.
yeah, timing just wasn't right. But I'd love to get Omar on. I'd like Omar and Grant at the same time.
I think this is the first hangout we did where just Devin didn't show up randomly. I was expecting him to like just pop in at some point.
I haven't
He
sent him the
always-
link. I'm sure he's asleep. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
at the middle of the fucking night there. It was
Yeah.
like three or 4 in the morning or something, or 2 in the morning or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And for
No.
anybody listening, I'd like to let you guys know I will be in Los Angeles, California,
Boom.
from February 5th until like the 29th for like 3 weeks. So if anybody wants to buy me a beer, I will.
Nobody owes you shit.
I might let you come pick me up, buy me dinner,
Yes,
buy me a
beer,
and
and,
then
I'll,
you roofie me.
and I will take a selfie and put it up on my Twitter feed for you.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and in exchange you will get a shout out on my Twitter.
Yeah, it's going to be liked by 2 people.
That's the exchange.
Dude, I would love to be there, man. I would love
Yeah,
to be there,
I
but
love it.
can't be there. But unless Unless suddenly Rebecca chimes in and goes, "Yeah, you can do that, honey." Which
No,
is really still nice. No, it's not gonna happen.
that would be cool. I will. This is the first time I'm going back to the U.S. in the last 10 years, which is a lot.
Wow.
A lot
Well,
of time I haven't
hey,
been.
at least we'll be able to do a hangout while you're there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll do hangouts with
Yeah.
people while there.
Well, you see, that is the thing. I can always, not always, but I can usually get Lalo in to talk to me because he's my friend.
Oh yeah, you'll always
Which,
no matter what happens, like the only person I'm just gonna always be available for hangouts is only person at the drop of a hat that I'll get
that's
me.
fuck off.
Yeah.
No, honestly, anybody's listening, I haven't spoken to Lalo since before Christmas. Like,
Yeah, we all kind of disappeared. Even Devin wasn't making videos. You know, everybody's kind of separate doing their
yeah,
own thing. But it's good to disconnect and interact with people in the real world a little bit.
yeah, occasionally. It annoys me.
Even
Yeah,
though they are all cunts.
I know. I know if Rebecca's listening, she'll be smiling because she hates people. Just generally,
Does
she
she?
doesn't like people. Yeah, just generally, as a general rule, she doesn't like people.
Oh really?
I mean, that's the sort of standard bar, and if you then attain higher than that, then that's great. But generally, she doesn't like people. She's not a people person. She's not
Somebody
like a
wrote.
salesperson. Oh, well, good.
Somebody wrote in the chat, is Lalo on a no-fly list? Well, you guys want to know something? I'll tell you guys a funny story. I was, because I'm going to the U.S. I checked my passports and everything to make sure that they're not expired and blah blah. And I looked at my ID. And that was fine. And then I looked at my driver's license, and it was expired. And it had been expired for a year. And I drive every day.
You bad boy. Oh, you renegade.
A year I've been driving with an expired license.
Woo! Like, yeah, you said, what? Who cares about that? Who cares about that? You are the police after you. You really won't.
Well, I mean, it could have gotten in trouble, but it's funny.
But you didn't. Yes. It's not like Thelma and Louise.
No, it's not. This is the closest thing to rebellion against the police that I'll ever get. This was my rebellious streak.
Does anybody have any questions from the chat that we can end this debacle? I'm talking about. Fuck that. We were talking half of it offline. We got Paul. Who is masturbating right now? Not me. Nobody's got any good questions. It's just terrible, terrible shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to go into work tomorrow. I'm thinking, fuck that. I'm just going to take the day off. That's what I'm thinking right now. Anthony? Yes. Alien Raccoon?
What do you want?
Yeah. What's the plan?
Why is a hydrogen bomb worse than a standard nuclear bomb? I'm not going to talk about that right now. It's a good question.
Briefly, go ahead.
A hydrogen bomb literally cooks everything around it. People won't just die from radiation. It's literally like a ball of fire that just burns up for dozens of kilometers. It's horrific. It's not necessarily worse. It's just a different kind of bomb.
It's just less bad, or more bad. Is it more bad or less?
It's bad. It's bad. It's just a different kind. It's just a different kind of weapon. It's not necessarily worse.
Yeah.
I think the rage of explosion is greater. I think, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Fission or fusion?
Fusion. Fission.
Fission or fusion? I just made that question up. What does it mean? Fission or fusion? Nuclear fission or nuclear fusion? What's the difference?
One that it contracts the molecules, the ones that expand, it breaks them apart.
You bastard. You know everything to this cunt. Anthony, tell Lalo I love him and he never sees me.
Who is this? Who said that?
That was Alien Raccoon. I like that guy. He's alright. Anthony, where's Devin? When is Devin taking down Kyle, the lesbian softball coach? We know who that is. Yeah, what are your plans with him, pal?
With who?
Mr. Carl Kalinske.
I don't have any plans. Why would I have
Don't need plans, I don't know.
Okay, what are the plans?
I don't fucking
We're gonna start a softball team. Dave Rubin, me, Cenk Uygur, Kyle Kalinske, and CJ Werleman. We're all gonna be on a softball team.
That would be. I just want to see you all in the same room.
That would be
And see
interesting.
the expression on your face.
It would be so interesting if that ever happened by accident.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that would be amazing.
We just showed up somewhere and just I walked into the room and it was just those guys there.
Hi, Cenk. Yeah.
Throw in Sam Harris there too and Reza Aslan.
In the background. Yeah. I'd love that.
No, and we're better than a room. We're stuck on a train together or something.
Oh, in the same room in an elevator.
Stuck on a flight on a plane. Almost having sitting next to each other. God, how uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting any questions. They're all shit questions. So, I don't know. We could say goodnight.
We could say goodnight.
We could say goodnight. I don't know. It's 9:40. Is it 9:40? Is it? I don't trust the time on this computer. Yeah, it is 9:40. Fusion bombs. What? I can't read that. Too long, didn't read. Okay, I don't know. So, when are you coming to America again?
February 5th I'm leaving. And I'll be there for 3 weeks. So I'll be there pretty much the whole month of February.
You never know, pal.
February.
February.
I'll be there during February. And
you never know. My circumstances are changing slightly, so I would hope. I don't know. Fuck, I would be pissed if you're in the States and I didn't get to see it. It would annoy me to some degree. I wouldn't be annoyed with anybody in particular. It would just annoy me generally.
Yeah, I mean, it would be. I mean, what I'd like to do is I'd like to later on save like some money and visit a lot of the people I've met online.
There's some you don't want to meet. Trust me. That really isn't.
That is true.
A lot of weirdos out there, pal.
Yeah. It'd be nice to go like visit Fred in France.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love. Yeah, Boris. Yes.
Oh, am I good? Is February Black History Month?
I don't. What are you asking me for? I'm not.
No, it's just somebody wrote that in the chat. I don't know. Look it up.
Oh.
Black History Month. Oh no, it's in October. Oh no, it can't. In the United States and Canada in February. It is celebrated during February. Yes, I'm going during Black History Month, and that was planned that way because I love black people. Yes. Because I'm going to celebrate black people because I love black people.
Yes,
black people are great.
Now I remember it. Yes, now I remember it. Yes.
Now I remember that was the reason I chose February because black people are the best. Black people. Lalo, when will you shave your head, Lalo?
You should.
I should.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hot in Chile right now. God, I'm dying from the heat.
It's not, man. It's like 45 degrees here right now. It's cold.
Oh, it's terrible here.
That's in Texas, dude. That's West Texas. West Texas, like desert. Freezing as fuck. Yeah, it's terrible. We had snow and everything. So we're talking about the weather.
Yes, we could not have an entire hangout without having talked about the weather. That is a must. And when Devin watches this, he will say, "Yes, they talked about the weather.
Yes,
it happened. It happened.
It did. All right. Well, I guess we'll kick off, pal, because I'm getting tired, dude.
Yeah. No, I did a lot of talking.
You've done a lot of talking today. Yeah, I have as well. I talked to, well, you know who I've talked to.
Yeah.
That'll all be revealed. And you as well, I imagine.
Yeah.
That will be revealed eventually as well.
Yes. We are so mysterious.
Yeah, yours is a little bit bigger than mine, pal. Your cock.
And thank you, everybody. We had a lot of people watching. I think there was over 60 people at some point watching.
At one point, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I don't care. Okay, but nice and
I was
short, man.
surprised.
Nice and short. I mean, we had like 17-hour hangouts and stuff. Or
Yes.
well, 4 or 5. You haven't been on a few. You haven't. You don't. Yeah, you don't get involved.
Like what, those long, crowded hangouts?
When do I have long, crowded hangouts anymore?
No, no, you don't do that much anymore, no.
I should. I'm sure people would enjoy it if I did, but I don't know. They're not very good. I mean, they're not so bad if you're involved in them. I guess if you actually get to talk.
Yeah.
But when you listen to them back, they're not very good listening. But a little bit.
I saw a really good TV show over the week, Real Humans. It's a Swedish TV show.
What, on Netflix or
Oh, well, I downloaded it, but illegally.
illegally?
But,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
illegally. But no, I
Illegally.
recommend if anybody's wants to see a good show, that the Swedish original version
What
of
was,
because there's like a British version too called Humans, but the
what was
original version is called
what was
called
good about it?
it was the story was really good. It's about like artificial intelligence, which made me really
Have you seen
uh,
Ex Machina?
yeah, I've
I
seen it.
haven't. I haven't. Is it good?
It's worth watching. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit like it's not. I recommend this more. I like this more if you want to see like a show about like the acting was really good and the story was really good. So I recommend it.
You're recommending people watch it illegally.
I
Just to be clear, with everybody.
recommend
So how the fuck did you get in touch with that thing? A Swedish what? What?
well,
In Swedish.
because I haven't seen the show, but I know I had read and seen about the show Humans,
Oh, okay.
and I read that there's an original Swedish version, and I always like to see the original versions of stuff before I see the new one.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
let you off,
so
Lalo. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean a Swedish TV show about robots. I didn't expect much, but it was actually really good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
if
won't get
people
a
are
chance to
looking
look
for a
at
good
it.
show.
You get tips and hints and all kinds of things listening to this.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's ever going to watch it. But, I mean, fucking heard of it, Lalo. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? Human. Yeah, no, it's probably good. I don't know. I don't even get a chance to watch TV. I've been off work today and I put Godzilla on for the umpteenth time, and I've still not
Which
seen the whole fucking thing. The newer one.
oh the newest one.
Yeah, not the one with Matthew Broderick, the other one.
Oh yeah, the newest one. That was not it's not that bad actually.
Dude, I thought it was fucking. The bits I saw of it looked fantastic.
Yeah, because
But
they don't like show Godzilla for like quite a long time in the film.
yeah, it's like I must have put it on 5 times and fallen asleep. Being in bed and all, and put it on. I'll watch this and I'll fall asleep. And I fell asleep. It must have been 5 or 6 times. And then today, with me being off, I put it on and I must have seen 10 times more of it than what I've ever seen before. And it still looks really good. And I've still not seen it all. But that's just the life of a father. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
sit
not
down
getting
and
married and having kids anytime soon.
you don't. I mean,
Yeah, I like my free time. I mean, that's the reason I can do so much as I do online is because I think I'm not married and I don't have kids.
yeah, I won't have free time for another 20 years. By
Right.
which time I'll be 65. So, I've got that to look forward to. So, yeah, hooray!
Yeah. So everybody who is my fan better hope and pray I don't ever meet the love of my life and fall in love and want to have kids.
Yes,
If they like my content.
yeah, honestly, because you'll never be online again. You'll
Yes.
find other things to be involved with.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
everybody online,
PSA, don't ever have kids. Ever have kids. Because you've got to specify time. Like right now, I am sat outside of my house. My wife is in bed, and the kids are in bed, obviously.
yeah.
Then I have to set time to do this. It's not something I can just drop in and go, oh, I'm going to do that. I fancy doing that. It's just not that simple. So I give my time to talk shit or whatever and talk to my friends. And if people want to listen, then that's just fine. If they don't want to listen, then that's fine as well.
Somebody
That's
said
the way I
Lalo.
see it.
Somebody said Lalo, marry Dave Rubin. I am totally straight, totally straight.
However,
Not a gay bone in
there is
my
a book.
body.
There is a book coming.
But
There is a book.
but, goddamn, Grant is an attractive man.
Grant.
Don't you think Grant is really attractive? Grant, yeah, the one who was in your chat. He has that long hair. He used to be
God, Jesus Christ, man.
He must get so many chicks.
He's like, what is it? You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of the first Lord of the Rings movie, right? Where not Bilbo Baggins. What the fucking hell is that little dwarf's name? No, he goes into the bar and there's the guy sat there who's basically the king. Come on, people know what I'm talking about.
The actor, the Viggo Rhames?
Viggo, yes.
Viggo Mortensen?
Yes.
Him? Yeah.
He's got that about him. His hair is about. Yeah, I mean, I fucking don't know. Grant's awesome.
Well, I mean, but Grant,
Grant
is, I think, is a good-looking guy. He's got that long hair. He used to be a soldier, and he's a published author. And he just like, you know, has this like cool way about him. I think like, I don't know, but he's, like I see him, I'm just like, shit, that guy must get a lot of chicks.
I think's cool about me is the fact that he left a comment on one of my hangouts, and I picked up on it and I posted it to Devon. Devon goes, fuck yeah, this guy's awesome. Blah blah blah. And it just snowballs from there. So I do this shit like Voltaire's Ghost. I stuck that under Devon's nose, and he goes, "Fuck yeah, that's fucking good." Puts it up on his channel, and the next thing you know, he's got, goes from 65 subscribers when I watched his videos to almost 3,000. That's why I'm here. You know what I mean? I love all that shit. I love.
So you're saying you find good people?
Fuck yeah, yeah. That's why. That's if people, I don't know, I'm pretty good at weeding them out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
And that's, I don't know.
Yeah, and I like to. It sounds like Grant has very good stories to tell. So
Grant's just Grant. I don't know. Grant's just Grant. I mean, I think it's quite nerve-wracking when you get thrust up to the spotlight. When people start to listen to what you have to say and things like that. People like Grant and like other people that I've put forward. Not put forward. I don't know, you know what I'm saying. That do really good stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's nerve-wracking for them. They think, well, why are people now wanting to talk to me? Yeah. Even though this guy's released a book and stuff like that, he's still thinking, why did people now want to listen to my opinion on things? It's unusual. It's an unusual concept for people to understand. Because I'm doing these hangouts and I talk about things and stuff, I get people sort of coming to me asking me things. Well, I'm just like every other guy, you know what I mean? But for these newer people, like Grant has only come on the scene within the last 2 or 3 months or whatever. But because he's written this book and because he has good things to say, is why he'll be thrust in the spotlight. And same as Voltaire's Ghost, he does really, really, really good videos. So he will get attention for it, and rightly so. But I don't want to give attention to the people that don't need it. People like Josh and these other people that are just absolute waste of time.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Like when I first started getting kind of at first I kind of got attention on Twitter as just an account that some people would interact with me and I say, oh hi, and we have conversations. But it's a different thing when people kind of come to you as oh, I'm a fan of yours and I'm so happy you talked to me, and it's like they're acting like humble around me. The kind of that weirded me out a lot for a really long time. Like, thank you so much, Lalo, for adding me and talking with me and giving me your time.
Or retweeting something or whatever. It's just...
that's a really bizarre... I was like, yeah, dude.
I know, but it's no slight on them. It's just... That is no slight on them. That's not a reflection of what they're like. That's not like, please don't do that. It's just... I don't know. It's a difficult thing. It's a difficult concept to understand. that you
Yeah.
think people are looking up to you to say the next good thing, or
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's that's definitely a bizarre
or,
position to be in.
or to not make a mistake, like a faux pas, like
Yeah,
socially.
no,
You know?
definitely. Twitter used to be a lot easier when I had less followers and I could just say anything I wanted, nobody cared. Now it's just like the other, when I was tweeting about North Korea, I missed I added an A in border, right?
Yeah,
And
I
already
did
it's
know
like,
that.
you're gonna get shit for that, right?
Dude, I DM'd you, you twat.
Yes, you did, but I got comments about it. That's the worst part. It's like you add an A in the wrong place, a letter.
Like,
You
that's
will
no
get, you will
border.
hear about it from the audience, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of the day, who cares? I mean, it's the ultimate
Right.
message that you give. I mean, the typos are irrelevant, and it is just a typo. It's not like you're replacing an entire word with
Right.
something else, which I know some people do. I'm not talking about Josh, but I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah. But you can all reframe from reframing your comments.
What does Voltaire's Ghost make videos about?
Islam,
Okay. Mainly
and
about Islam?
Islam, and he's commented about Cenk. Cenk. He's done tons of stuff, dude. Honestly, there. He's. I've only been aware of him for the last 3 videos that he's done, but he's made some prior to that. I haven't had a chance to check those out yet, but I'm sure they're as good. But no, the guy is quality, dude. Really, really good. Really funny. Really humorous. Very Douglas Murray. Very, very on point. Absolutely on point. I want to talk to him. He's a good guy. No, seriously, watch him. I think he's got the first video is like 9 minutes long. It's definitely worth your time, Lalo. Definitely worth your time. It's funny. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you it won't make you think because you already think in those respects anyway. But it'll make you laugh without a
Oh,
doubt.
you mean it's like already opinions I kind of have about these subjects?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just it's the way he. I don't know.
But
He just presents it in a
they're
very
well
good.
expressed. Well thought
Very
out.
much. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But very. I don't know. He just reminds me of Douglas Murray. I've only ever left one comment on his video, and it just sounded like he just said very much the Douglas Murray about him.
Well, that's a
Just
very
like
high
that.
recommendation to say like the guy is like Douglas Murray.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, man. It was
Yeah.
somebody else. It was a guy called Lincoln that put him under my nose, and I put him under Devon's nose, and it just went from there. So, no, the guy needs the support. I mean, you make your own mind up, Lola, but
Cool.
I'll put the link. In fact, I'll put the link in your whatchamacallit,
My.
your chat thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll find it. Wait a sec. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Like we should wrap
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna wrap up. So people are still listening to us now. It's like a mate talking to a mate. Like, hello, mate. There we go. Oh, I'll find him in a sec. Somebody will find him before me. I'm looking. See, it's just dead air now. Just dead air. Just dead air.
It's dead. And people are listening to it.
Yeah,
Live.
I love the dead air. It's fantastic.
Just like they're sitting in some place, just listening to nothing. Listening to 2 guys talk about nothing.
Brilliant. I know, I love it. No, I can't find it. Somebody will find it. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, there we go. I'll put Devon's link in there.
Voltaire's Ghost. That's who we're looking for. People are asking.
Voltaire's Ghost. Yes, Voltaire's Ghost. Put the link address. There we go, and put it in the thing. Now, I'll put it in the private chat so you can see it. Now, this is the link from Devon's channel. That one there.
Check it out, Alien Raccoon. He says it's 5 a.m. for him. He's tired as fuck, and he's like, I'm not going to work tomorrow.
He does that every day.
Dude, why are you up at 5 a.m. listening to this? That's insane. Why? Why is this so important that you have to listen to it live?
Pause.
So funny.
Alien Raccoon's mental, but he's a good lad. I like him. He's a young kid. I don't know how young he is, but he's a welder. Lives in Holland.
Is he a good welder or is he a bad welder?
He's a good welder. No, he's a good welder.
Okay, then I like him. if
He's
he's
a
a
good lad.
bad welder, then
He's definitely he is a supporter of you. He's a supporter of me.
yes,
He's a
yes,
supporter
I
of
know he is.
Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't know that. So all these people are good. Everybody in the chat right now. I can't think of anybody. I haven't seen any shit whatsoever in the chat.
Well, there was this one shitbag. Theism is unstoppable. I saw before.
Oh, he's just an idiot. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
I
Some
thought I
troll.
banned him. Yeah, never mind.
I
Nobody
saw him
cares
in there.
about
You
these
should
people.
flag him and just like ban him out or something. I don't know.
I've already blocked him on Twitter. So no, he's just a harmless troll, like a literal harmless troll.
Yeah.
He doesn't
That's
say
true.
anything
Nice to have a
bad.
little trolling now. It's good comedy.
Yeah. Maybe I should unblock him from Twitter. I don't know. He was just being mean to other people. He was just like saying, "Shut up, cunt, fuck."
Yeah, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah, so I just blocked him. So. But anyway, guy, I'm getting tired, dude. I need to go to bed.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, this is just me and my friend talking. We just decided to just vocalize it live. That's basically what it was, Lalo. I mean, we do this occasionally anyway.
Yeah, we just want I just wanted to catch up with you and might as well just do it live like we do.
Exactly, and they get like 1,000 views. People want to. I don't know.
I was
I
amazed that we got so many people watching it live. It's amazing. I'm always surprised by it. I always expect who's gonna watch this? A lot of people.
Some hangouts have like 2 viewers, right? You have to understand that, right?
Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah.
people do hangout, and I see them regularly where they have like 2 viewers. I'm one of them.
Yes.
Like they have 2 views. I'm one of those people, and the other person is probably the person that's producing the video. So then nobody's watching it basically. But we've got we have upwards of 60, and people know we're finishing now, so they're getting out.
Yeah. But so thank you guys for
Absolutely, yeah.
listening. I hope it was mildly entertaining.
Yeah, I hope so. But I will catch up with Lalo. Me and you will catch up soon, pal.
All right.
We know the shit that's going on. Nobody else knows. Haha. Yeah. Haha.
Say good night to the kids and the wife.
Oh, always. Yes, Rebecca, if you're still there, good night. She sat in the other room now. She's asleep in the room.
Yeah, she's probably asleep.
She's asleep.
What time is there for you?
It's just gone 10 o'clock.
Yeah, probably tired.
Lalo.
All right, dude.
I love you, dude.
Love you too, man.
All right,
Take
pal.
care. Good
Take it
night.
easy.